Hi Max, it's Bill. So I thought since you can't really talk on the phone that I would just make a video and send it to you and tell you hello and that I'm thinking about you. So yeah, we're getting along okay here, just trying to stay busy and keep things going. My glasses broke, so I'm wearing these are just like backup glasses. I found these for $20 on a late night television commercial. You twist the little knob and you can make them any prescription. So they're called dial-o-vision glasses. They look stupid, but they actually work. For $20 you can make them into any prescription you want. So I like to wear them because I can set it for the computer. I have another pair. It's bifocals, but they're not right for the computer. I have to look out the bottom or else I can't see, and so these are better, more comfortable on the computer, and that's why I'm wearing them. This is my tree project. So this tree, it's dying. We had a storm a couple, 3 years ago, and it's just gotten worse and worse. You can see how it's starting to split. The whole back half of this tree broke off, and so it's been sprouting those little branches to try to recover and stuff, but the whole thing is just dying. And yeah, it's doing this all over. And a tree expert looked at it and told me it's not safe and that it needs to come down. And we have tree people who will come and cut it out there, but I don't even know what they charge. It's probably $500 or $1,000 to take this tree down. So I made the decision that I've got some saws, you know, and ladders, and so I'm climbing up the ladder and cutting pieces off of it just one at a time. And I figured if I can get all the branches off, then I have a small chainsaw and I can probably cut some of the bigger pieces off. And if it's just wood there, then yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with. I don't think my chainsaw can cut the whole trunk, but I'm thinking that there's equipment rental. I might be able to rent a bigger saw and maybe even one of those machines that will dig the stump out. So I'm making progress. I've got some of it out. There's one branch I cut that it didn't fall all the way out, so I have to kind of get that loose, or that's probably going to blow out of there and fall on somebody or something. I don't know. So, but that's one of my big projects. I have another project where my sprinkler system in my yard is broken and I have to put a new computer in for that. I've been working on the bicycles. I put on a new seat on my bicycle because my old one got cold in the winter and cracked and broke, and so I put a new seat on, putting some new cables and adjusting the brake. I put this little bag on here. It's a tool bag, so I can carry tools and maybe a spare tire or something in there, a tube. And so yeah, my bike's been kind of rough, and Emily's same thing. So I've been doing some bike repair work. Thomas's project is here. So Thomas built this chicken coop as a school project, and he finished it up here last month and brought it home. And then he actually ordered some chickens. So here's Thomas's chickens that are growing here. We got these as baby chicks, and now they're juveniles. They're not full grown yet, but they're pretty cool. There's Thomas's chickens. Looks like they knocked their feeder over and the feed spilled all over. That sounds about right. They're pretty sloppy. This little garden spot back in here, there used to be lettuce growing in there. There was little rows of lettuce, and they just ate it all. They ate it before it got very big. So we might try to replant some vegetables in there and maybe fence it off and let it get established. before they devour the whole thing. But yeah, there was some bigger lettuce too, but they've eaten everything green in there. They just killed it all. I've got a garden going. So it's warmed up finally enough that we can grow a garden. I'll show you that. So here's a little bit more of the lettuce. So I had this lettuce survive the winter. It's pretty big lettuce now, and so there was some of this over in that chicken pen, and they just ate it all. They ate the whole thing up. These little plants growing back in here, that's Emily's flower bed. She's planted lots of wildflowers, and we planted some green beans, and they sprouted up yesterday. We got a good rain last night, and now I've got some beans that are coming up here. And so we'll have green beans in a few weeks. One silly thing that I did though, these other green plants here, so there's only a few of them coming up, so I don't think it was a major mix up, but I actually planted potatoes here before, back in March, and kind of forgot about them, and some of them have sprouted up, but they must not, I don't know, the seeds must not have been good or something. I didn't get very many to come up. So green beans, peppers, some tomatoes. I started this mulch. This is a compost pile here. So I got putting lawn clippings and leaves and stuff back in here. And then over here's more garden. There's my chickens again. They all running away. Hi, chickens. So they get this whole little yard here for chickens. Usually I grow garden in here. I have tomatoes and stuff in here, but I put in, there's like an eggplant plant down here and maybe a pepper or something over there. I put a couple of these bedding plants, and they've eaten it off. They've eaten it clean. Anything green in there, they're just eating it. I planted some onions. You can see the little nubs of the onions there. The onions sprouted and came up, and they just bit the green clear off. So the chickens they're hungry. So I'm not going to let them in my garden. I thought maybe they could eat the bugs out of it, but not if they're going to destroy the plants. My goodness. But so some squash, I think, or zucchini, I think maybe that, and pepper. And there's a tomato. Oh, that tomato's not looking very good. I don't know. It doesn't look like it got watered though. But we had the rain, so I'm confused. I don't know. I'm not a real green thumb, but we're trying. We're doing some garden stuff here. So a little more tomatoes and squash growing in here. And then we've got new neighbors. So my old neighbors kind of grew a garden over in this spot, but they moved away, and then a new family moved in. See, he's a police officer. That's his police car over there. He works for the sheriff's department. So it's kind of nice knowing that we've got a public safety officer nearby. He seems really nice. They have a young family. They're busy. Both he and his wife are going back to school and stuff, working on their college degree, and they didn't think they'd have time for the garden. So I came in here. It was starting to get weedy, and I asked if it'd be okay to work here, and he said sure. So I worked it all up, and Emily and I, we've planted corn in here. We're going to have more corn growing, probably some cucumbers, but we've got a few tomatoes going. And the plants that I planted seem to be doing better if I have these coffee cans. They came with the house here. The previous owners left us some cans. So the plants that I've put into the cans, I think it protects them from the wind and the cold, and so they're doing better. But I expect we'll have some cucumbers in here and other fresh vegetables, lots of peppers. So we'll make salsa. These are blackberries here that the previous owners planted. Come later in the summer, this will be covered in fresh berries. And over here, the little strawberries. It looks like you can see the the little bitty strawberries are starting to set on there. So anyway, but this is our yard. Emily and I set up horseshoes here. We have so many cars. Max, we have 4 people living in this house. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. Oh, there's Thomas. Thomas, say hi to Max. Will you say hi to Max?
Hi, Max.
So, I'm making a video for Max. Just told him about your chickens. They knocked all the food over. So Thomas he's the chicken farmer now. So that's his project. He just got back from work. He's been working at the grocery store. Can you believe that though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 automobiles and 4 residents. So we have a couple of vehicles to spare. I could probably sell that car. Seemed like I have a student that he's without a car right now, and I should just offer it to him. Just should loan it or sell it to him on payments or something. I don't know. It's not that great, but it's just sitting here gathering dust right now. So, hi.
What are you doing?
Talking to Max. You want to say hi to Max?
Hi, Max.
So that's Wendy. She's been cooking up a storm. Tonight we had chicken pot pie. Don't let the chickens know. But that's what we had for supper, and it was awesome. You should see this. You still have some left? Yeah. I'll show you. So we've got flowers. We've been planting lots of flowers. And we were worried because that rain that came through, it had hail. We got quite a bit of hail, but it was small enough that the plants seemed to survive it okay. So we'll go in and look at the chicken pot pie, what's left of it. We've already feasted upon it, but look at this. Max, you would love this chicken pot pie because it's gigantic. It's like 3 or 4 inches deep, and it's full of potatoes and vegetables, carrots and peas, and these big, that's how Wendy does it though, these big old chunks of chicken breast. Good stuff. You would love it. So anyway, yeah, lots of stuff going on around here. I'll take you up and show you. Well, I'm going to show you my office. Wendy's been working on lots of projects, but she refinished these counters. She did that all herself and repainted that. So she's kind of remodeled the kitchen in here. She put this back thing. Wendy is really quite the homemaker. She's fixing everything up. She's repainting our bathrooms and just doing all this stuff. So. But I want to show you where my workplace is. And I'm going to take this up here, and then I'll take this video out of this camera and put it into my computer and send it your way. So my office, this is formerly Thomas's room in here, but I've made it into my office. I've put soundproofing material up for recordings in here, and so I have my main computer here, which is my iMac, and check out the screen here. So it's from our trip to California. The kids still talk about that trip all the time, and there's me and Emily on the other screen. So that's like a dual purpose monitor. I have it on this computer, and I also have a computer down here, and I can just switch back and forth. And I've got a couple of laptops. There's one of them downstairs. A movie camera, lots and lots of books in here. But yeah, and then an old TV back there that I still like to keep around and watch movies on every once in a while. This is a record player, DVD player, cassette tape player. So I've got every kind of media that I want, and I can get that onto the computer and edit videos and play with that as well. You've probably seen our live show on YouTube that we do that. I've experimented a little bit with going live on Facebook too. And I know I can do it on Instagram, but I haven't tried that as well. But just doing lots of stuff. We're doing music for the church. Since the church was closed, they didn't have a choir. It was just a priest live streaming without music. And they saw that Emily and I were doing a show on YouTube, and could we make music for church? So we've been doing that. And I'm starting to invite other singers in. So I use my software and bring in different people singing in here, and I put that all together, and we do the music at church now too. So really busy, really active. We're not letting this virus keep us away from helping others and doing things and staying busy. So we're all healthy and miss you guys and love you, and we're praying for you, Max. Hope you get feeling better real soon, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.